Hi everybody. For those of you who have watched me for quite a while, then you might want to skip over this video. And I apologize, I don't know why it's shaking, I swear my hands are still. But this is kind of a 101 type video because I've been getting, and I'm going to move to the floor. I've been getting a lot of the same questions. And so I do have a paint mixing 101 video that gives lots of information. But so here, when somebody comments and I say, let's just say, okay, let's just click a video. Because some people might not know this. Ooh, and you can buy a bra. So, in order to get to, it's harder on a tablet, which is why I'm showing you on the tablet. If you want to see the video description, this little triangle right here. And then you can go to that Amazon list that will take you to the pans I use, the cups with lids, all that stuff. The next one is if you want to help me help sponsor my channel. The next is my email, my Facebook, and my Etsy shop. So let's go back to me. Hold on. And then, well, it is really, let's go back to me. Okay, I'm just leaving that in the corner. This is really hard to do myself. So, up here at the top, oftentimes I say check out my paint mixing playlist. So, if you're on my home page, click playlists. There's all my liked videos. You will not see those because those are like my personal ones. So I have stamp techniques, string pull techniques, and not all my videos are, oh, there's my favorites. Not all of my videos are in playlists, but hammer, flip and drag, paint mixing. So this, whoa, I didn't know I could change the order of those. So those are playlist videos. So when I say go to my playlist, that's how you do it. All right, see if there's anything. Paint mixing, I always mix just Floetrol, water, and paint. Occasionally, I do use iridescent medium, but that does not change the consistency between how I mix it. And every time I use white paint, no matter what size container it is always this. So there, you can see. Interior latex. All right, and I'm going to show you some other things. The pan that I pour in these are clean ones because I use them for my resin. It's a washing machine pan. They are on my Etsy list. And the rods I use, similar ones are on the Etsy list. These, of course, are paint covered. They are half circles that you would put on a wall and the holes are covered up, but you would put shelving on. That's what these are made for. And then, walk over here. Butcher roll. Normally when you buy it, it's out to about yay. And it will last me at least a year. I want to say it's only like 30 some bucks. That is what I line my pan with. And let's see. And this is Floetrol, if you don't know what that is. It can be found at hardware stores and on Amazon. And I have not tried it, but other brands do make, it's a paint extender, a latex paint extender. And I believe even some own companies are making it, like Benjamin Moore paints and that sort of thing. when you see this, this is my jug with the white paint mixed with Floetrol and water. And I just did a painting, and I ended up wiping it off because I didn't like it. But when I do use silicone, it is Spot On Treadmill Belt Lubricant, 100% silicone. Non-toxic. You can have it with your Cheerios. Don't do that. You'll often see me using these things. I use them to hold paintings up. I use them for all sorts of things. They're actually what would be like kind of attached to these things as a shelf thingy. I don't know. They're like 50 cents. They're just plastic things, but they come in handy for everything. This is the torch that I use. I use a big ass torch. This is propane, like you would find the Coleman in the like camping aisle at Walmart or whatever. And a self-igniting torch top. This torch top is on my Amazon list, but I did not put the fuel on it because I don't want to be responsible if you blow yourself up. But I keep a fire extinguisher there, and there is, can you see it? A fire extinguisher over there. So I keep fire extinguishers around. A lot of people use cooking torches. When I first started this, my dad gave me MAP fuel, which is in a long, thin canister. So when I started off, I was using huge, like if I was going to weld. So I've just always used the big one. And I've been using that canister of propane for a good year and a half now, I believe. This is how I mix my paint. It's these 5.5 ounce cups with lids. Those are on Amazon. These are 1 ounce little like medicine cups. I like those for my flip and drag. Paper straws. And that is the black can WD-40 that I have used for silicone before. These are various mica powders, but I don't really use those that much, so just ignore those. String, if I do a string pull. This is a giant thing of, I almost don't want to show you because it will confuse you, Liquitex pouring medium, but I don't like pouring medium, so I don't use it. Various sizes of canvases. I usually go to Michael's. My favorite, if you want to paint on a wooden panel, it's like a canvas, but it's wood. I have them on my Amazon list, and those are my absolute favorite ones. You can get some, the other ones I've used have been on Blick, from blick.com, but the Amazon ones are better. They almost have a softer edge to them. I like those. These are more of those canisters for the paint. They're at the dollar store. My gloves, these are not the usual brand I use, but they work just fine. Yupo paper, extra paint. This is what I use to cover the back of a painting. Like this. Ugh. Oh, I still need to wipe this off. But you can see that. That's going to be a disaster. And then I set, preview, don't look. I set my paintings to dry back here. This is another washing machine pan. I also sand things in there, so it's a total disaster. Weighs about 100 pounds with all the dried paint in it. Paint, more containers, pieces I'm working on, paper cutter. I'm looking around here, seeing if there's anything, nothing of value I need to show you over there. You can obviously see why I am falling all over my friggin' self down here. When I say iridescent medium, it is this product from Michael's. but Liquitex has one. And I saw Liquitex has a paste like this too. I've used their liquid, which I wasn't a fan of. I put these on the corners of all of my finished pieces. I use little sawtooth. How many are in here? Does it even say? 120. And those are cheap. They come with little screws. Then I also have wire and D-rings for when I hang bigger paintings. And when I hang heavier MDF, if I can get, this is what I use. It is like way heavy duty. I'm not sure how much weight it goes up to, but way more than one of my MDFs would. I think if there's anything else in here. And I apologize if my filming is making you want to puke right now. Not because of the content. The content, of course, is amazing, but because of the quality. This is my table of odds and ends. When I resin, I often, these are, metal push pins. You can't really use the plastic ones because they tend to break off. So I got metal ones and I can reuse them and reuse them. Hammer, stir sticks, wood putty, paint scraps. So now on to resin. And I have Hanukkah candles there and a roll of toilet paper. Why? Heck if I know. But you know, Hanukkah's bound to come around next year. So these I've used once in a resin pour. I just use sticks to stir them. This is my new favorite flashlight for resining to make sure it's just a bright flashlight. It's not like it's world changing. The containers that I really like to use, this is the container I really like to use for resin because they're big and I save all my resining to do it once. And those come in a 2-pack at the dollar store, so they're only 50 cents each. But when I went to the dollar store recently, they were out. So I purchased small ones. So these are a lot smaller. They're only 2 cups, but that's fine. But if I do have a big one, I did get a pitcher. Dollar store is a great place for stuff like that for resin because you have to use a cleaned container, so it's hard to reuse. And I have maybe only once successfully been able to pull the resin out and reuse one. I can't. Ew, that was sticky. Stone Coat Art Resin, but they used to have these amazing deals. And with like $20 off and stuff, so they had amazing deals. But now they're not offering those. Oh, I shouldn't. I just showed you all my address. So hang on a sec. Setting you down. Now you are just seeing my floor. But this stuff I love, not the floor. Art resin. I love this stuff. It doesn't smell, it's easy to mix. So for resin, you can see that I am in the midst of resining this mixed media piece. It's resting on here. I'll show you what happens when you don't get air bubbles out. Focus. You end up with weird things like that. And the reason this has air bubbles is because it's so textured that I mean, it's going to need 3 coats anyways. Trying to think. I got a place for my dry paintings. Got a place for paintings that I've listed on Etsy. Various odds and ends of woods. That's my favorite varnish to use. That's also a good one, as is that. And I've been using this for a while, and I just actually read the directions of it. And it said for your first coat to use gloss varnish and your second coat matte. And I am guessing because the gloss brings out the brightness, so that probably keeps the brightness, and then you add the matte to get it back to matte while keeping the brightness. But I've decided I like my paintings either resined or matte. See, there's my pile of all sorts of odds and ends. I believe that is it. So I really, really hope this was helpful. Oh, there's the mallet I use. But I don't think any of my other tools are like that unique or anything. I use the heat gun, but just for trying to clean messy resin where I screwed up. And a hairdryer is a hairdryer is a hairdryer. So there you have it. I hope this was helpful. And I'm sorry it was so shaky. So I will catch y'all next time. Bye.